Welcome to Rufc TV. Today we're talking to senior men's NPL coach Nick Dibbs. So the side has played 4 pre-season games now, one against Sunny Coast prior to Christmas, and then the rounds matches in these Intercity Cup. So how are they travelling?
Yeah, the one prior to Christmas was, that was just getting the boys' legs moving, looking at a few players still at that stage, a lot of rotations. I've got to cast my mind back, but I think I played 2 different 11s over the 2 halves. It was really getting moving. So not an awful lot to judge from there, but to be honest, pre-season it really is what it is. So the 3 Intercity ones, obviously it's getting closer to Friday coming up, Friday week when we start for real. The first knockout against Rochdale, still in pre-season mode. We're trying things, different shapes, different personnel. There was a lot of rotations in there. Probably our best performance to look at over the 3 games for different reasons, but fairly happy with that for a first semi-competitive run out when we're getting serious. Coming into the Western Pride game, the score I don't think really reflects any pre-season game, and if anyone reads into score lines across the Silver Boot, the Intercity Cup, the Macron, I think it's a bit naive because all the coaches are doing very similar things. But there was good moments in that game. There was moments we were phasing out too much, but we're discussing that on the training field and we're addressing it. Again, there was a lot of things to learn from the Western Pride game, and as much as the way the game finished was probably disappointing, as a group I think we learnt a lot from it, so I can take a lot of positives from that really. Again, a lot of rotations. The game we played last night against Logan is a very similar story to the Western Pride game, trying different systems, things that work for us. Probably not as enjoyable to watch as the other 2 as regards moments in the game, but a good learning curve for us. So all in all, at the end of the day, it's pre-season. Anyone's going to be judged there, then that's their own choice. So we're going to the weekend and I'll be trying things again. So no one's going to have much of a full idea of where we are and what our starting team will be come Friday week.
So how important is these pre-season competitions like the Macro, like the Kappa, like the Intercity Cup? How important is the preparation for NPL?
For the NPL, I think it's really good to see fitness levels where we are, and to see where the guys are individually. Obviously you can work on shapes. I think they are important. Personally, there's an element of the competition side of it, which I think you can get drawn in, and therefore you get taken away of really what you want to achieve from the game. Obviously you need to learn how to come from 1-0 down, you need to how to protect leads, you need to how to come back from a deficit, but sometimes you can get distracted from what you really want to achieve from the pre-season. So I've tried to be true to that, explain that to the players, that even I might make changes and decisions in the game that's probably during a game which probably doesn't affect the game we're in, but that's prerequisited by me before we come in. So I like the pre-season, I like the competitive edge to it, but sometimes you can get drawn into the competitive edge which detracts you from what you really want to achieve. So
what are your expectations for the NPL season? It's just about a week away now.
To be honest, no real change from when I think I was last asked that question prior to Christmas. We're looking to seriously challenge and be in that top 4, and I feel there's no reason, if we can learn from mistakes and areas and weaknesses that we've seen in the pre-season games, and we just strengthen in those areas, I think there's no reason we can't back that up. How the opposition are looking, again, I can only judge them on pre-season games, and I don't put a lot of weight on it. So everyone's in the same boat.
And so who are some players to watch for this season?
I'm obviously really keen for the club to see a player that I probably wouldn't know much about, and that's Shuto we brought in up top. He's different, but he's a very strong. He holds the ball well. He definitely knows where the net is. But he will be an interesting. I think he'll be a fan's favourite. I think a lot of the young players at the club are really going to enjoy watching Shuto, and he's got a fitting name. Obviously, you know, Scotty Bowe coming back once we get him over his meniscus injury that he unfortunately picked up at the Sunny Coast game. He'll be a real key player for us this year as well. But I look around the squad and I'm really happy. You know, there's strength everywhere in all the lines. Really shoot over because it's something different that the young players probably wouldn't have seen before. But me personally, I want to just see the squad collectively just gel, really.
Thank you for joining us, Nick.
Thanks, cheers.